Hello chess lovers, welcome to the new video. So I have a great story to tell you. This Wednesday I played in a team event, a live team event. It was a championship of my city in blitz. Yeah, it was a team event. So it was like 30 teams and each had 4 players with up to 2 reserves. And I have some pictures, as you can see here on the screen. So I came there and I remember when we played the league, we had to wear masks. So I brought a mask. I came into this playing hall and there was like, I don't know, was it like 70, 100 people? Because if it's like 30 teams with 4 players, it should be around 100 people. I'm not sure it was 30 teams or 28 teams. I'm not sure, but it was a lot of people. And there were very few of them had masks on. And then I was like, what? What is happening? So has the humanity been freed finally? I remember the story of a famous YouTuber, I mean, soon to be famous, brontologist who confessed about going into a chess club, driving for, I don't know how many minutes or hours, only not to be permitted to enter the club because he didn't have a proof of vaccination. But as you can see, some sanity still exists in some parts of the world, although it's questionable. But still, I was happy to see that these people were actually behaving like free men. Let me show you some pictures. There were some not so young dudes who didn't wear masks. Look at this guy. He's not young and he's not scared. Well done, man. Excellent. And other people too. So I also noticed that many people offered to shake hands. So I didn't offer. I didn't know what's their attitude. Are they scared or what? But there were 13 rounds. I didn't play one round. So I played 12 rounds. And in each round, my opponent reached out to shake hands, and I accepted every time. And after the game was finished, if they lost, they congratulated with the same gestures, and so did I. So that was something that you don't see very often. And before you start judging me and telling how we endangered persons around us, let me tell you something. In October and November, we played the chess event where we did wear masks, but after the games, we would all meet in one small room, 7, 8 of us, and drink there. Nobody was wearing masks and no one died. Yeah, no one got sick even. So I don't know what to tell you. I know it's a sensitive topic, but I think some sanity is welcome, as you can see in these pictures. All right, so let's talk about games. So I played 12 games. I had 7 wins and I had 4 losses and 1 draw. So only 1 draw. And who beat me? Who were the guys that beat me? Young guys. Guys in their 20s. Oh man. One was international master. Okay, one guy was not young. He was in his 50s and he was a FIDE master. He destroyed me. That guy destroyed me. But let me, and the other 2 guys, I don't know if they had titles, but they were pretty good. Although both of them were lost. But I blundered a rook in one game, and in another I blundered everything. I was a piece up, and I just, in time trouble, I messed up. The 7 games I won them fair and square. No blunders, nothing, just outplaying my opponents. But out of 4 losses, 2 came from winning positions, and 1 came against international master, who is stronger than me. But let me show you. First, against this I reached this position as black. And here I made a terrible move. I played g6 to control f5. But then, after bishop h6, making my rook abandon the defense of this pawn, queen c4. Oops, sorry. Queen c4 is the move. I've played again. Attacking f7. And I cannot defend because my queen has obstacles, these 2 pieces. I cannot defend f7 without losing material. The only move to do something is d5 to block the diagonal. But after e d5, I cannot take because there is a pin. Of course, I saw it, but I had a plan. So I played knight f8 to connect the queen and the pawn. So if he pushes d6, I can take it and finally defend that weakness. He didn't do that. He played d5, and after I took, now maybe he made an inaccurate move. He went d6, again attacking the pawn and attacking my bishop, but I have a saving move, bishop e6. And this, of course, I'm lost here, I believe. But I fought and fought and fought, and I reached this position. From that terrible losing position against an international master, I got here. But I only had a few seconds on the clock, and here everything draws. You know, you can just, okay, you cannot go there. You can go on F file, up and down, up and down. White cannot do anything. You can go to the side, but not close as I did. Rook e6, because after rook f5 I'm just losing the pawn. There is no this move because of that. If I had even played any other move, okay, not g6 or h6, but let's say rook a6. So if he attacks me, I go to a4. This is a draw. This is a draw. And from that terrible position, I'll show you again. So you can see this position is dead lost. But I was fighting, fighting, fighting. And I got here against an international master. And then I only had we had 2 seconds increment, but believe me, it's not the same. When you're online, you can pre-move, you can win some time. But in live settings, to move and press the clock, it's hard, at least for me. So I moved instantly, maybe for last 20 moves or something, and here I just played a terrible move. And of course, he did this and he beat me. And I had some other games, but I cannot recall all the positions. But I choose one, which is interesting. Look at this. So here I was white. This is something you rarely see. So as you can see, I have one extra pawn, but it's not about that pawn. This is something that you can barely ever see. Look at this. One pin, another pin, another sort of pin. And all his pieces are hemmed in. This rook cannot move because it has to defend the knight. Actually, it cannot even defend it. This knight cannot move because the queen is behind. This rook doesn't have any squares, so he can only move knights. They cannot move. There are heavy pieces behind. The black is stuck. Black is stuck here. And he played f6, I think, but everything is dropping. So I won this game very easily. But anyway, I just wanted to share a great tournament, a great feel to be with some people who want to be free, yeah, who don't want to follow blindly what the authorities say. And don't get me started on if this is responsible or not before you are actually well backed up with data. Anyway, so I just wanted to show, let's go back to chess. Let's not talk about the evil people and their agendas. So the thing is, here, this is an interesting stuff because the international master, he outplayed me in the opening. I was in a dead lost position here, but then I fought and fought and fought and got somehow here, actually here, but then I messed up. As soon as I put the move on the board, I knew. But it's just when you have a few seconds, it's hard. It's hard to play a good move. At least for me. Of course, if you're a strong player, you can do it. But I'm not strong enough, I guess. Anyway, a great experience. I had lots of fun. And the people, they were so positive. All of them were full of energy. You know, some of them I met only once. We played one game. But they were all, hey, you remember we played in 2016? Or, hey, that was a nice game. I remember. How are you? Are you playing? Amazing energy. Amazing energy. Great people. Great chess day in Serbia. I really had a great time. After the event, my teammates and I, we wanted to have a drink, but due to the measures that are being in power right now, we could not. So we had to say goodbye and go home. But it was a good 4 hours. of great hanging out and some interesting chess. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye!